Okay, so we're going to go over a couple linking or transitional moves to help out your combos today. Now the importance or the point of having a nice looking transitional move is so that during combo work you can go from one move to the next without any unnecessary repositionings or readjustments of the knife. It just looks better to be able to get from forward to backhand grip a lot nicer than doing like a slide motion or throwing your knife up. And in combo work, it's always nice to have the ending position of one move be the starting position for the next move. So knowing some quick flashy little transitional moves is always a good thing to have. The two we're going to go over here is, the first one is a variation on the basic twirl. Cutlery Lover taught this in his basic twirl tutorial, and he showed this variation as well. At first it didn't really get me going. I didn't really feel like I wanted to learn it, and when I did try to learn it, it kind of felt a little bit awkward to me, so I kind of passed over it. It wasn't until I saw its application in somebody else's video during a combo that I realized how nice of a a little linking move that it is, and it has a lot of applications to it. So let's get into it. You're going to start with the knife in the closed forward grip here, and this can be done either way. What I mean by that is you can either have the bite handle on the left or the bite handle on the right. It just really depends what move you did before, and it's great because you can do it either way. And what you're gonna notice here is if I did it with the bite handle on the left and I went into the move, you're gonna end in a backhand closed position here, but now my bite handle is on the right. So depending where you want to start from, either that way or that way, depends what move you're going to do next. So to get into the move, like I said, forward grip, closed position here. You're going to be, in this case, we're going to hold the safe handle. And the bite handle will swing freely here. And when I was trying to learn this, I found it, because you have to swing it up and get your fingers out of the way. And I found that kind of awkward to do at a straight vertical position. So I found it a lot easier when learning to do it at a horizontal until I got comfortable with that, and then go into diagonal, and then go into vertical. Either way, they all look good. That depends. Once you get the feeling for it and you get it down and you can do it all three ways, you can decide which one you want to do. If you want to stick with horizontal or stick with diagonal, or just do the vertical opening for it. It's just a style preference and what works best for you. So back to the move. I'm going to teach this in a horizontal fashion since it's easier to learn that way. We're going to swing out the bite handle, and you're going to be holding on the safe handle with your thumb and your index, and you're going to move your middle, ring, and pinky up and out of the way so that you can rest the knife on the back of your index finger. Once again, swing it out, move your fingers out of the way. Once you get into this position, you can bring it up into a vertical position so you can let go. Basically, you're just balancing the knife on the back of your index. Now you take these three fingers, and it's just like the basic twirl. You lever down on that handle, get the back of your thumbnail on the outside edge of that bite handle, and you use kind of like a scissoring motion with these fingers here to twist that up, get your thumb and your index on the sides now as that swings up into the closed position. So once again, swing it out, fingers out of the way, rest them on top, lever it down, get the back of your thumbnail on the back, and use that scissoring motion to bring it up into the closed position. Another thing that I found, and because you want this to be one fluid motion, when you're learning it, you can do it in steps, But once you have the feeling down, you want to make it all one continuous motion, meaning that you don't want to swing it out, pause, and then bring it up in like that. Even if you try to do that fast, if you have that pause, it just disrupts the flow. So you want it to be one continuous motion. What I found helps for that is when you're doing this throw out, is like a gentle tossing motion, almost as if you wanted to toss this out and let it roll completely over your index. So you gently toss it out and get your fingers, as soon as your fingers clear, lever it down. So you have it all in one motion. And that's the variation on the basic twirl. Okay, so let's get into the next linking move here. This one is also useful, whereas the first one got you from a closed forward grip into a backhand closed grip. This one will take you from a backhand closed grip into a forward closed grip. It's basically like a horizontal thumb roll or a horizontal Y2K going from closed to closed position. And I do find it useful. I was in the middle of a combo and I needed to get from this position to this position for my next move, but I didn't want to do a slide and I didn't want to do another move that could get me there but looked the same as some of the other moves that were in my combo already. I kind of like to differentiate my combos and not do a lot of the same moves over and over again within the same routine. So to start off, you're going to need to know the like a horizontal thumb roll or Y2K or a Zen rollover to have this move. I have tutorials on them. You can also check out Cutlery Lover has tutorials on the moves as well. And once you have that down, here's how you do this. Briefly explain how it's going. You're holding in a closed backhand grip here, and this move, like the other one, can be done either way, with the bite handle on the left or the bite handle on the right, which is nice. Just depends what you did before and what you're going to do next after this move. So to go from here, holding it between like a pencil between your index and your thumb, you're going to initiate the toss, dip down, extend your thumb, let that roll over. Now instead of grabbing the handle like this, as you did for the horizontal thumb roll, or the Zen rollover, or the Y2K, any of those other moves that are pretty much the same thing, to start off with, to learn it, I find it easier to grab the pivot screw as this is coming around between your knuckle and your thumb, and put pressure on that pivot screw. So as this comes around, that'll slide into the closed position, and then you're ready to go into your next move. Once you have that down, once again, it's going to come around, and you put slight pressure between your knuckle and your thumb, and that'll just slide right into the closed position. Now you're a little bit high on the ending position as far as the grip here, and it's not, it's not that big of a deal to go from here to get into, a more casual and more regular grip to go into your next move. But once you have the move down, you can initiate it and grab right here in the middle, so when that slides down, you cut out that little step from going from here to here, and that little readjustment. You can go from here, and the reason I said to grab the pivot screw to learn it is just to get the feeling for it down and the different kind of grip on it. Once you have it down, you can grip it down here, and you'll be more comfortable with it rather than trying to learn it this way and getting your fingers pinched, or if you start with the bite handle on the other side, you have a chance of slicing your finger there. So you can grab in the middle, and it's the same thing between your thumb and your index, and that'll slide down, and you'll be in a more natural ending grip position here to start your next move.